Introducing the man of many names. Born Michael Gordon Peterson, he morphed into Charles Bronson during a brief hiatus from prison in the late 1980s. Later, he reinvented himself as Charles Salvador, inspired by the iconic artist Salvador Dalí, declaring, "The old me dried up." Bronson came alive in 1987. He died in 2014. Unraveling the enigma of Charles Bronson, we delve into the captivating journey of a man who constantly reinvented himself. Beyond the infamous label of Britain's most dangerous prisoner, Bronson's life is a roller coaster of diverse roles: a boxer, a fitness guru, and a visual artist. His criminal repertoire spans from petty offenses to disturbing crimes, but it's not his hobbies or criminal deeds that define him. Instead, it's the mystique surrounding the man that led to the creation of the 2008 biopic Bronson, featuring Tom Hardy. His notoriety also sparked a petition with around 10,000 signatures urging his release, delivered to the British government in 2013. Dive into the intriguing saga of a man who has spent over 45 years behind bars, not for a singular crime, but for a series of offenses that continually extended his sentence. The Sun sheds light on the details of Bronson's turbulent life within the confines of prison, unveiling a story that transcends mere criminality. Curious to uncover the truth behind the headlines? Join us as we explore the gripping narrative of Charles Bronson's lawless and locked-up life. Subscribe now for more intriguing stories and exclusive insights. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and be part of our growing community of knowledge seekers. Now we are starting the complete story of Charles Bronson. Meet the man behind the notorious name, Charles Bronson, initially known as Michael Peterson. Born in 1952 in Luton, Bedfordshire, England. In his early years, he was a popular and well-loved boy, hailing from a respected family deeply involved in British politics. His parents managed a conservative club in Aberystwyth, Wales, and his aunt and uncle held prestigious roles as mayor and mayoress in the same town. Described as a lovely lad during his childhood, Bronson was noted for his brightness, kindness, and a protective instinct towards the weaker ones. However, the tranquility of Bronson's early life took a turn as his family relocated to Cheshire, England, during his teenage years. By the age of 13, he found himself associating with a group of thieves, a shift that led him to face legal consequences. His first job at a supermarket came to an end when he attacked his manager, revealing a darker side to his personality. Troubles with the law escalated as the teenage Bronson engaged in car vandalism and crashed a stolen truck into another vehicle. At just 19 years old, he received his first conviction, marking the beginning of a criminal journey that would shape his infamous legacy. Uncover the transformation of a once promising lad into a young man entangled in a life of crime, setting the stage for Charles Bronson's tumultuous journey through the legal system. Stay tuned as we unravel the gripping narrative of his early brushes with the law and the events that shaped the path to his first conviction. Charles Bronson has habitué fellow prisonniers. In the tumultuous year of 1974, a 22-year-old Charles Bronson found himself convicted of robbing a post office, a crime that sealed his fate with a 7-year jail sentence, as reported by the Mirror. This marked the beginning of a series of incidents that would solidify his reputation as a highly volatile inmate. Bronson's journey through the penal system took a chaotic turn from the start. Initially held at Walton Jail in Liverpool, he quickly ran afoul of prison discipline, resulting in a transfer to Hull after assaulting 2 fellow prisoners. The pattern of violence persisted at Hull, where he attacked another inmate with a glass jug, prompting yet another transfer, this time to Armley Jail in Leeds. This cycle of aggression and property damage became a defining feature of Bronson's prison life, leading to multiple transfers and stints in solitary confinement. The year 1976 witnessed a particularly disturbing incident at HM Prison Wandsworth in London, where Bronson attempted to poison his cellmate. In response to this dangerous act, authorities sent him to Parkhurst, a high-security prison located on the Isle of Wight and reserved for the country's most troublesome inmates. Notably, Parkhurst housed other infamous figures, including the Cray twins, notorious leaders of organized crime in London. In an unexpected twist, Bronson referred to the Crays as the best 2 guys I've ever met. offering a glimpse into the complex dynamics within the confines of the prison, as reported by the Yorkshire Evening Post. Charles Bronson's prison history involves BTSICAI hospitl stays and extensivepropri damage. During his time at HM Prison Parkhurst, Charles Bronson's penchant for escape took a daring turn when he attempted to dig his way out of his cell, as reported by the Yorkshire Evening Post. Caught in the act, he faced the consequences with a punishing 4 months in solitary confinement. However, this was just the beginning of Bronson's tumultuous journey through the labyrinth of high-security facilities. The Mental Health Act played a role in redirecting Bronson's path, leading to his transfer to various high-security psychiatric facilities. Incidents like attempting suicide and attacking prison guards triggered these transfers, highlighting the complex interplay between his mental health and his actions. In the early 1980s, Bronson adopted a more flamboyant form of protest: destructive rooftop demonstrations. The first occurred at Broadmoor Psychiatric Hospital in 1982, followed by a 3-day protest that inflicted £250,000 in damages. An 18-day hunger strike in 1984 led to his transfer to Ashworth, another psychiatric facility where he didn't shy away from violence, stabbing a fellow patient with a broken bottle after a proposition. By 1985, Bronson returned to traditional prisons, yet his disruptive behavior persisted. Punching a fellow prisoner resulted in solitary confinement, and a subsequent 3-day rooftop protest caused £100,000 in damages. The Mirror reports that to date, Bronson has left a staggering trail of destruction, causing £500,000 worth of property damage. Charles Bronson has been released from prison twice, but his freedom didn't last long. In 1987, after 13 years since his initial 7-year sentence, Charles Bronson, who was still known as Michael Peterson at the time, was released from prison, opting for a fresh start in the East End of London. He embraced a new identity as an unlicensed bare-knuckle boxer and officially adopted the name Charles Bronson, according to the Yorkshire Evening Post. However, this newfound chapter in his life was short-lived. In a twist of fate on January 1, 1988, Bronson found himself entangled in criminal activities once again. Caught stealing a ring for his girlfriend from a jewelry shop, he was swiftly sentenced to another 7 years behind bars, this time for armed robbery. The cycle of Bronson's tumultuous prison journey continued at Long Larton Prison, where he engaged in erratic behavior, running around naked while brandishing a makeshift weapon crafted from a broom handle and a broken bottle. Despite the challenges and disruptions, Bronson experienced yet another release from custody less than 5 years later, in November 1992. However, the taste of freedom proved fleeting, as a mere 53 days post-release, he was once again sentenced to 8 years for his involvement in a robbery conspiracy. Dive into the gripping tale of Charles Bronson's tumultuous life, marked by a relentless cycle of freedom and incarceration, as we unravel the events that shaped the man behind the notorious name. Charles Bronson has taken multiple hostages, but insists he's a nice guy. In the aftermath of his 1992 release and subsequent arrest, Charles Bronson found himself on remand and took an unusual turn of events. According to the Yorkshire Evening Post, he held a librarian hostage and made peculiar demands from the police: a helicopter, an inflatable doll, and a cup of tea. By 1994, Bronson was confined to the bulletproof glass cage at Wakefield Prison, a testament to the escalating nature of his encounters with authorities. In 1996, Bronson escalated further, engaging in a series of hostage situations. First, he held a prison doctor captive, and later, 3 fellow inmates. During the latter incident, he made audacious demands, including an axe, 2 guns, 5,000 rounds of ammunition, and a plane to fly him to Libya. Around this time, prison officers at Wakefield encouraged Bronson to channel his energy into art. Embracing this suggestion with the same fervor that matched his violent tendencies, Bronson delved into artistry. However, this creative pursuit did not suppress his propensity for violence. In 1999, when an educator at the prison criticized one of his drawings, Bronson retaliated by holding the worker hostage, Reflecting on his dual nature, Bronson wrote in his 2000 book Bronson, "I'm a nice guy, but sometimes I lose all my senses and become nasty. That doesn't make me evil, just confused." Despite a 2009 parole hearing, Bronson was denied release, and as of 2021, he remains incarcerated. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button for more informative videos.